These are no-brainer towers that will work on every game mode in the sacrifices. Easy, medium, hard, and unpoppable. All of them. Hello gamers, my name is Keiki and today we are having some fun in BTSG and we will create the strongest tower ever created in BTSG, and I will guide you step by step on how you make this tower and what goes into the concept of the tower, what you need, the numbers, the money, the towers, everything step by step. But first, press the like button and subscribe now so that we can begin. Let's start. So first, you cannot, the tower that we're talking about is the Vengeful True Sun God. So if we go into the monkeys, you can find the super monkey, there is the True Sun God, but and supposedly is the strongest tower. But there is the hidden Easter egg that is stronger than the regular True Sun God, called VTSG or the Vengeful True Sun God. Now, how do we unlock it? First, go into Monkey Knowledge and Magic Towers. You need this Monkey Knowledge. There can be only one. Magic Knowledge 3, not hard to get. Requires 8 points, so you shouldn't struggle with this. And as Mana Shield is one of the towers that you are supposed to get in the very beginning, you should not struggle with this one, and you will get it very early on. Now that we have this Monkey Knowledge, what else? You cannot do this in the sandbox mode. So if you try to do the sacrifices, let me do it really quickly with the garbage sacrifices. I'm gonna demonstrate to you. So basically what's needed for the Vengeful Sun God is to have 2 other tier 5s, and in the Vengeful case it would consume those and become the Vengeful. But as you can see, in the sandbox mode, the Sun God will not become the Vengeful version. Now that we understand what goes into the Vengeful God, let's go into the how do we max out, and then I'm gonna explain to you how to God boost this guy, because not only do we place the temple and the God himself, we also need to God boost it to make it worthwhile. So we can do this only in the challenge editor or the actual game. So I'm gonna add 2 million cash, difficulty on the hard, and game mode standard. Okay, round, let's put 150 and round 200, because 200. Selling, everything goes pretty smoothly, and we should pick. Okay, I'm gonna show you the one of the versions of the God boosted guy. So Cubism is the good map for the Sun God. New game. So look, I'm gonna speak slowly so that everyone freaking understands, because so many people ask me in the comments about this. Look, first, when you place the ice tower on the tier 3 in the bottom path, you are allowed to place the towers, ground towers, on the water. Okay, you understand, right? Good. And now that we have this guy on the water, it is good because we made this super monkey a water tower. When we sacrifice it and make a temple becomes the water tower, and Admiral Brickle becomes able to buff this guy with her ability. Now, this is one of the stepping stones. Next one. How do you get the strong temple? I'm gonna show you just for the point of reference. Here is temple with no sacrifices, and I'm gonna give him the camo vision. So around 150, I'm pretty sure as you can see, he's very bad. He can't even pop these BFBs that well. Even though, as you can see, pop count is rising, he's just a garbage tower for round 150. It's sad. Now let's try the same thing but with the max sacrifices. So let me do it real quick, and then I'm gonna explain to you what max sacrifices even means. And the boomerang. Okay, good. Now this is the maxed out temple. As you can see, he has 2 aces, flying, and he will begin spawning the tiny sun avatars. Let's take a look. It's not going to be as impressive, but as you can see, he deals with those BFBs no problem. And at the time when the other temple had only like 20-30,000, this guy has almost 300,000. It's not 10 times stronger, but I would say at the very least 4 to 5 times as strong as the regular temple without any sacrifices. Now that you see the difference, let's get to the mechanics and the sun god. So what we want is to have 3 classes of towers. In the game we have 4 of them. So primary, blue one, military, green one, purple, magic, and the support, orange or brown, whatever you want to call it. Now, the first 3 classes give you the damage buffs, while the latter class gives you the cheaper towers, basically. So in the first temple, we want to have the damage buffs. This is why I sacrificed the towers from those 3 classes when I demonstrate to you this sun temple. Now, okay, let's go step by step. So I'm gonna explain the same thing. Look, we wanna place the specific towers. Here I placed the avatar of Wrath. Look at this selling price. His selling price is $40,000. What we wanna aim for is the tower that costs $50,000 or more. Or if we invert it, the tower that can be sold for 37,500 or more. Keep this in mind. So the selling price, because you don't remember all the buying price, but you can always look up the selling price. Selling price of each class, so magic, military, and the primary, must be over 37,500. Here we have 40,000, so this works. Next tower is gonna be, his selling price is way over the 37,000, but it doesn't really matter how much over the prices. You're not gonna get anything more than 37,500. And now, because this is the safe pick, because on all game modes, this guy will be more than 37,500. This guy, no. On the hard mode, yes, but in the medium that we have Bloon areas, this guy is gonna be just barely enough. It's gonna be 37,000. You can also place one more druid and have like $1,000, $2,000 or $3,000 more. So the total price of all magic towers in range is gonna be 37,500. And now the military. For the military, in the hard mode, you just use the sniper tier 1 and then you place another sniper, tier 5 and tier 4. Or you can go for another thing, which is easier usually. You just go for the Apache Prime. Apache Prime is also very expensive and it's way over the budget that we initially estimated, so it's way over 37,500, but it works. You don't need to remember much, just remember that if you wanna like no-brainer, just go for the Apache, the Moab Dominator, and for the magical monkeys you can go for the Super Monkey tier 4. These are no-brainer towers that will work on every game mode in the sacrifices. Easy, medium, hard, and unpoppable. All of them. So these are the safe picks. They are not most optimized, but just make those and you are gonna farm anyways and you will not feel the difference. Now, what we do? We upgrade the Sun Avatar and then the Sun Temple. As you can see here, Heli might not be in range, so I'm gonna upgrade the Super Range. All the towers that are in range will be consumed. So if you have other leftover towers, for example from the support, if we had a village here, you don't want to sacrifice it. Just sell it beforehand because it will mess your temple up. Sun Temple, boom. We bought the temple. He has 2 of the aircrafts and this is the max temple. Now about the Sun God. Sun God is almost the same, but we also need to add the 4th class. So Sun God can consume all 4 classes of towers. So we repeat the same steps. Apache, Then the Super Monkey. Done. After that, we go for the Boomerang Dominator, and for the support. In the support, you just place the Homeland Defense. Ideally, you place it out of range of this temple so that the temple's range is increased. Here we have the artificial settings, but in general you don't want to get the super range, you want to get the sacrifice towers as close as possible to the temple so that you don't consume and sacrifice your towers that you used in the game besides the main sun avatar and the temple. Now, oops, okay, I'm gonna show you anyway. So this is the true Sun God, and this is the max Sun God. I'm gonna upgrade the epic range. Just look at it, because we're going step by step. This guy, we always upgrade the epic range, but and as you can see, he also exudes the aura of the support, and all the towers in range will be cheaper. And now I'm gonna unlock the camo, and basically when you place this guy, always go for the camo village because it needs camo detection. This guy doesn't have it. Let's see how strong this guy in comparison to the temple. This is maxed out regular Sun God, not the Vengeful one. Oops. Okay, so round 151. You can already see that this guy is pretty insane. And now, Vengeful Sun God. I'm gonna just demonstrate it really quickly to you. Without the max buffs. The power end, I'm gonna just tell you. So, True Sun God, you have both of these guys out of range. And now, after this, he should consume those two. Okay, this is the bug. I don't like it. It's very freaking annoying. Vengeful Sun God is one of the most annoying things in the game because this guy can bug out, lag out, and you will suffer. So, temple sacrifice, and now it should consume those two. It's fucking hell. I really hate when it doesn't consume them. Let's try do it again with the maxed out temple, and hopefully it will consume it this time. So this is the setting for the maxed out VTSG. Do it, and will you consume those two? Because in challenge editor this guy, okay, yes, now he did consume those two. Okay, and this is maxed out Vengeful Sun God. Let me show you how good this guy is in comparison to the regular Sun God, and is he stronger or not? You're gonna see for yourself. You can probably see that this guy is much stronger than the regular Sun God. It used to be, the difference between them used to be not as significant, but with the latest update, Vengeful Sun God is significantly stronger. I would say twice as strong as the regular Sun God. So, if you can, you should always go for the VTSG. Now that we understand how do these form tier 4, tier 5 and the VTSG, let's go to the god boosting part. So, I'm gonna quickly create another one, but this time we're gonna make it on the water. Why do we need this? Because this will allow us to buff this guy one more time. So place the Brickle beforehand, and here, as you can see, I'm gonna use the different sacrifices because this guy will consume the ice tower that he has in range. So I'm gonna place another, or no, just the Glaive Lord should be enough. Yes, their total selling price is $50,000, more than enough. And let's just get the reliable sacrifices and go. Any tower from those classes works. So I showed you the easiest one, but any tower will work. As you can see, hero is not sacrificed. You can always have hero in range. And if you place the Adora in range of these guys, Adora will change her appearance. Good, and now we need to have these guys out of range of this guy so that it consumes the first things, and then it will consume the other two guys. Boom. Done. We've got the Vengeful Temple standing on the water. Now the God boosting part. First, place the Monkey Village Homeland Defense in range. Done. Next, I'm gonna begin with the easy ones. Place the Permanent Brew Alchemist. After that, and as you can see, Alchemist will soon buff him. After that, place the Engineer. I'm gonna place it here so that you can see clearly. This Engineer is called Ultra Boost. You need to Ultra Boost this guy, and it will permanently make him stronger when you use the ability 10 times. After that, place the Submarine or Energizer. Energizer allows each tower in range and on the map in general use their abilities quicker, and the cooldown is much smaller. After that, this is the towers that not only buff the guy, but we also need a few towers to support him. The other support tower is gonna be the Super Glue. After that, the Ice Tower. Okay, we don't have enough cash. That's unfortunate. Okay, let me see. What towers directly support this guy? Okay, so don't worry, I'm thinking over it. So the important things are the village, Permabrew, and the Ultra Boost. After that, you can also get the support temple. Okay, I'm gonna demonstrate to you how much stronger this guy is. Okay, super range. He will obliterate even the bad Bloons very quickly with the Ultra Boost. I'm gonna use the Brickle's ability. As you can see now, this guy is the water tower, and his aces alone destroy these oh my gods. He has quite a lot of buffs, and he also spawns his tiny vengeful super monkeys that are also really strong. Okay, and let's get to the final stage, the actual God boosted temple and the VTSG with the final version of it. Let's call it this way. Okay, these are the towers that you need to have for the maxed out VTSG. First, we went over the sacrifices. Upgrade the super range. Always super range, we need the bigger range. The Permabrew Alchemist. This guy doubles the damage, attack speed, and like all the stats of the Super Monkey, the Sun God. Next, the Reactor Energizer, I already explained it. Brickle doubles the attack speed with her level 3 ability. This guy is also very important, together with this Ice Monkey. You always put him on strong and cripple Moab when he targets the even bats like all Bloon types, including the Bloon areas. It allows other towers to deal more damage to the targeted Bloon or blimp. So, and the margin is pretty high. It allows to deal 15% more damage. Same goes for this guy, Super Brittle, same effect, 15% more damage. So together they deal like around 20 to 30% more damage. This is a very significant thing. Now, the carrier Flagship, it doubles the attack speed of all water towers on the map. And this guy, as you might remember, is now a water tower. So he further receives double attack speed of the attack Flagship carrier. Now, Ultra Boost, I already explained it. You just overclock him with this magical overclock. Not only does the overclock improves the speed 2 times, but the hyper boost also stacks up to 10 times. And now these guys, these are the support towers. The Ice Monkey, Glue Gunner, and the Bomb Tower stun the blimps all the way up to, oh my god, but that cannot be stunned. And the Mob Dominator deals a ridiculous damage to the blimps. And also, if you want to go very late game, you place the Dart Paragon, of course. Dart and the Boomerang Paragons. And this is also a cool setup to get enough pops for the high Paragon degree. And this is pretty much all you need to know about this guy. And I'm gonna probably play this through, maybe like 20 rounds. This VTSG is very, very powerful. The strongest one probably. And I'm gonna hyper boost him 10 times so that you can see the maxed out version of this. By the end of the maxed out part, this guy will have 13 of these little sun avatars. And also, okay, one thing I forgot. The support temple. I'm pretty sure you already heard about this so-called support temple. What you do with the support temple? You place the super monkey and the temple needs to be out of range of this guy. After that, you sacrifice the one of this guy, one village and the second village. Because the selling price needs to be 37,500. Remember this. You have the support temple, and you can pick also 2 other classes. So, for example, we pick the military, and we pick the we pick the magic. So magic, support, and the military. No primary, only 3 classes. Now we sacrifice temple. And we upgrade the super range. As you can see, this temple also gives a slight buff to the main temple, and look at the range increase. And this temple also has ridiculous range, but we place another temple of the sun god just to buff our main guy. And it's not as significant of a buff, like for example like this, that gives you twice the attack speed, but it's the buff like same as the alchemist but weaker. It's like all-arounder but plus 20% in all departments, let's call it this way. And now I'm gonna overclock this guy. Basically got boosted, because with this guy we can have like 12 icons or 14 icons of the buffs and it's pretty funny. And I hyper boosted for the 3rd time, and I'm using all these abilities just to get the good thumbnail for the video. As you can see, there are 14 buff icons on this guy, and it is pretty funny to look at. This is the maximum amount of buffs we can get on one temple, and this guy can solo up to around 220 easily. So if you never hit the round 200, this is your time. Just repeat all the steps I explained to you, what works, how it works, and why it works this way. And you are now feel free to test this yourselves and try to replicate this step by step. Also, guys, a few bonuses, because what's important is in the late game, there are a couple of towers that you wanna use regardless. Like, this is partially for the boss balloons. With the boss balloons, people were confused what towers you also wanna use together with the VTSG. There is quite a lot of towers, but I'm gonna go over quickly over the best late game towers in like, just so you know. First, the Supermine Spike Factory. Next one is no-brainer, MAD. You want to use these 2 towers. And next, the Wizard Lord Phoenix, a really solid one. The ability is some of the strongest abilities in the game. Next, you want to place the Archmage just wherever. He deals alright damage to the blimps. Next, the both aces. You can pretty much summarize this as the all tier 5s. So both aces are good. You wanna also place, if you have the opportunity to sub-commander, preemptive strike, and the carrier flagship that we already have on the map. And the tier 5 Druid of Wrath with his buff of 5 other druids that give him the permanent buff. And there you go. These are the towers that you really wanna use. And Dart Paragons, of course, boomerang paragon, so all paragon types. You can also, these are slightly less efficient. Use the map eliminator. It's good, it's slightly worse than MAD, but use this ability and it deals 5000 damage to the blimps. It's a pretty good one. Next, the tech zone, but you need to put it directly under the boss balloon. So if the blimp it's something like this. So if the blimp goes out, it must be somewhere in here. For the boomerangs, only Map Dominator is good, and you can also use the Crossbow Masters. With Monkey Knowledge you get 2 of them, and they are quite alright. This is it. So these are pretty much all the towers that you need. Also, you could have seen that some pro players make something like this. Watch to the right of the screen right now. They place a shit ton of the overclocks. Why do they need those overclocks? And I often do this myself. What you miss with these overclocks is how they use them and basically the need in them. So you use hyper boost on one tower until you have 10 hyper boosts collected. After that, you start hyper boosting another tower. So for example, we hyper boost this super mines and they become spawning stuff much quicker, but you still need to constantly keep overclocked the god. So you use the regular overclock and it has the same effect, and those 10 hyper boosts do not disappear. Also, some pro players have multiple sabotage supply lines. You use, oops, wrong upgrade path. Sabotage supply line, yes. So sabotage and grand saboteur. You need those. You don't always need them, but you can just have them in order to constantly slow down the balloons. So once one of these sabotages stops, you just press the so one sabotage, you can see the pink, not the pink, the blue or greenish clouds around the sabotage ninja. Once the clouds disappear, you just press another ability and you have the constant stun of all the blooms until tier of the bad balloon and higher. Boom. I'm pretty sure your mind just exploded because it is a crap ton of information, but rewatch this just unintentionally. I'm on the chill mode. I'm not speaking quickly, not commentating over like the insane fights and stuff, just chill mode. Watch this twice or 3 times and understand each step very meticulously until you yourself can repeat this, try this in your game, remember everything and feel yourself very comfortable in the late game, and especially with the boss balloons. Okay guys, press the like or dislike button right now depending on what you think about this video and guide. Tell me in the comments if you want to see more videos like this, and if you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments. Me or my subscribers will answer to you most likely. And subscribe now, let's grow together. See ya in the next one.